Hi, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We're Untitled Nerd Network. This is Walking Dead episode 15 of season 10,
Yep.
The Tower. And this is
The
something completely
tower.
different than what I thought. Because in here, the tower is where, like, Aaron and them are up there kind of hiding out, watching the herd.
God, that was smooth until they were smart enough to figure out they was doing it.
Yeah. They had the herd in Alexandria, trampled all the crops and everything. They really made it a point to show that.
Yeah, destroying it.
Yeah.
Whether people were there or not, they were destroying their community. Um, and I just thought, when I was watching that scene, how could someone be filled with so much hatred? I just don't understand it. It's not a concept I can grasp.
Well, that crap
Um,
exists.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I know it exists. I just still have a hard time grasping the concept of why. Why? For what reason? You know? I don't know. I mean, Beta seems like he had his own set of mental issues anyway before this happened.
Yeah, it seems that
But
way.
like it's just made it worse. I just can't grasp. I just could never,
It's like
you know?
I don't know if this is like apples and oranges, but I knew a guy one time that was so had so much malice that his girlfriend had cheated on him that I guess she had moved the new boyfriend in,
Mhm.
and he got to go over there for some reason when they wasn't there and get the rest of his stuff out of the house. And while he was there, he scrubbed the toilet with both their toothbrushes.
Yeah, it's about the equivalent.
Yeah,
It's really real. I mean, petty.
yeah.
I understand having a weak moment, but like at this point, Beta's just like on a rampage. She's just on a rampage, and like I don't understand. I really thought it was gonna be like, I told you it's gonna be like Wizard of Oz. You killed her,
Yeah.
but no, they're just as scared of him,
Yeah.
and probably more. And so they're just following him around even though they don't want to.
Yep. And they've already had one person defect. Which, to be honest, really just Beta is all that's needed in that group. Like,
Hmm.
everybody else could leave and he would still control that horde.
Yeah, I think he's got the power for that.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs humans.
Which is funny because, that scene a couple episodes ago when Negan was trying to, like, get in good with the whispers and he couldn't get that whisper or that walker to follow him. And
Right.
it was like, he was struggling. But, But yeah, this God, and not only that, but this is one of the most emotional episodes we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
We saw big time emotional moments with Princess, Judith, and there was a third one.
Carol.
Well, oh God, Princess, Judith, Carol, and Lydia. So that's
Hmm.
four. There were like four.
This was a very emotional, intense episode. And it's been a minute since we've had one of those. You're right.
We got to really see Princess, like her character, what she was all about.
Hmm.
Which
And
a very, very just outgoing, strong personality.
right.
No filter whatsoever. Everything she thinks, she says. And apparently that led to her not being close with anybody, even before the apocalypse. And
Well, I mean, she she strikes me as a form of bipolar.
yeah,
When she's up, she's up. When she's down, she's down. And sometimes people need medication to kind of balance that out. And when they're unmedicated, yeah, it can make them hard to deal with.
especially when she was by herself for a year.
Yeah, right. And she straight up was like, somebody told me once I was hard to love. And I've always thought about that, and I've always kind of felt alone. And hey, this is no different. I really am alone.
She thought they were hallucinations for a while.
For a minute,
And
she was, because she didn't know that's the thing. That's what led me to think, mental illness was she was unsure. She had been alone so long. Well, I've never hallucinated before, but there's a first time for everything.
yeah.
So,
She took them through a minefield, which was a very goofy, straight out of Looney Tunes moment.
it was.
It was
Well,
fun
first, she's having to lead them around because she scared their horses away.
though. Yeah.
Because she takes out the machine gun and shoots the zombies behind them. Mind you, she's a great aim.
Yeah.
Especially with a machine gun. That was pretty awesome. But it spooked the horses and they ran off. So she was taking them. She said she knew a garage where they could get some wheels.
And that was true because it ended up being bicycles.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean,
Eugene, silver lining.
Yeah.
Well, 15 miles an hour is faster than walking.
Yeah. I mean, pretty cool. I mean, I guess a bicycle would be ideal in
It's
the
quiet.
apocalypse. Yeah, it's quiet. It's
Pace yourself really.
fast. About the only thing you're bad is if you have like hills or something. But I've not really seen too many hills.
But I mean, you could just walk it.
Yeah.
How I feel about it.
Sounds like a pretty ideal, as long as you could maintain it, a perfect mode of transportation.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that's neat. That's the first time I've ever actually seen bicycles referenced on here.
Yeah, you would think that would be more of a thing, but I guess they're probably hard to find.
Really? But yeah,
In
Daryl
shape.
Daryl has a new motorcycle every other
He
week.
doesn't have a new one every other week.
Remember, he used to have a chopper, didn't he? He used to have a chopper way back when.
Yeah, and that one got taken by Negan, didn't it?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then he got another one. He didn't steal his. He stole another one from him. Isn't that where he got this last one? He stole one.
That might be where it may have came from the Saviors.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain they did.
Judith is really struggling with Michonne leaving.
Yeah, she acted all big and bad when she told Michonne to leave because she told Michonne to leave.
Yeah.
And I think it's Michonne leaving and the fact that she had to kill one of her own.
She's had a lot of stuff
And
just kind of pile up on her.
And then, she witnessed Daryl kill that Whisperer. She was like, why'd you do that? She didn't understand. She didn't see them as a threat.
Yeah.
And she was going to die. He was like, well, she's going to die anyway.
Yep.
Might as well make it painless. And that's true.
Like you could easily see his way of thinking, but at the same time you have to just be like, Judith.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, yeah, she's right, but she's not right.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And
she didn't understand how he could make the distinction. She's not matured to that level yet.
Yeah.
So.
And
she's still learning. She's still a child. We have to keep in mind that Judith is still a child,
but it was
despite
so neat.
her acting grown up.
It was so neat to see her and him running through the woods together
nice.
and doing stuff. That's pretty cool. That was a long time coming, really.
It really was. He Daryl took up with Judith real quick.
Hell, he was the first person, non-family, to really.
He kind of was like nanny, a little bit,
Yeah. I almost want to go back and watch that episode, like back in the prison. God, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
But anyway, you had like the whole Carol making peace thing
with Kelly.
Which that really got relegated to like almost a D plot. Like they haven't really.
I know, but it was still nice to see. I enjoyed it.
Closure.
Because you could see Carol finally coming back to herself.
Yeah.
In that moment, and
we won't see Carol's struggles probably highlighted for a while after this.
Yeah, you can see her kind of coming. She was becoming accepting of herself, and then I just love how Kelly was like, we've heard all the stories about you. And, you're a lone wolf. And she's like, that's a big part of yourself. And she said that you can't change everything about yourself because something bad happened. And that just really hit with me. Like, it's true. Just because you went through something traumatic doesn't mean you need to change everything about yourself.
Yeah.
You know? That
Wow.
really hit me.
Hashtag life lessons.
I know.
The one that got me was the Negan Lydia
That was really good.
deal, because he knew that she is struggling with the fact that her mom's dead. Regardless of how Alpha was towards her or anything else, he was right, and, he was just...
Because when it boils down to it, that's still her mother.
Yeah, and he was pushing the button, because he's a people person, he knows. And he was pushing the buttons to get her to eventually open up, and it worked. And she kind of lost it there for a bit, but a fantastic episode.
It was.
That, and it ended with Beta and the Horde descending upon the hospital where everybody's hiding.
Yes. It's like, what the fuck?
Do you think they're already gone out of the hospital? Like, do you think they've already scooted on out?
And they've met up somewhere else?
Yeah.
It could be.
They've not really shown how many people are part of this community.
Right.
Like, you have, like, your named people, which is, about somewhere between 15 and 20 people?
You're right, yeah.
And then, how many more? Do you think there's 100 people?
Easily.
Think so?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Do you think there's probably, like, four off-screen people for every on-screen person?
Yeah, that sounds about right. It does.
All right.
You gotta think they got all the children.
Yeah.
And what was left of that community.
So next up is going to be the season finale, which, it's already aired and everything. But what happened with this season finale is there was originally supposed to be 16 episodes. Right around the time, they were probably around episode 11 or 12. Wait. Probably about the time the episode started to premiere in 2020. This is where we're at. The pandemic happened. Well, they had finished every episode except for the season finale. And so, like, this episode aired in, like, April. And then the season finale was postponed until, like, October. And it aired by itself. And then just a couple of weeks ago so basically you went from season 10, episode 15 in April to the season finale in October. And then the next episode we had was just a couple of weeks ago in late February 2021. So, yeah, we're kind of scattered around. And they ended up shooting a couple extra minutes for episode 16 and all that. So that's where we're at. That's kind of the background as to if I'm assuming there may be like maybe a shift in the look or appearance or something of maybe some of the stuff in 16. We'll see. But what do you give this episode?
I'm gonna give it an 11 because there was a lot of. It was just really emotional.
Yeah.
A lot of mental things tackled in this episode, and
yeah, I'm with you. I think an 11. I was gonna give it a 10, but I was like,
I was too, and there was too much that I just felt with.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Like all the kind of opening up and the emotional moments in between everybody. I'm a really...
Plus,
I know...
Beta's mask, that's so cool.
Yeah, his mask is like
and
half
he's just
alpha
on a
now.
rampage, like he's just waiting, chomping at the bit.
this gets bonus points for Princess. I love her character,
Yeah,
and
you're a fan.
I've liked her since I did.
I like her too, though.
When I first saw her in the comics, I was like, man, that's freaking weird. But she's one of those that after you've seen her a little bit, like she really grew on me, and I was so interested to see how they would portray her on the screen. So, pretty cool. All right, well, we'll be back for the season finale. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We are Untitled Nerd Network. We'll see y'all for episode 16 coming soon. But it ain't going to be like 6 months from now, like they aired it. So.
Okay, good. I'm glad.